Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I designed this cinematic birthday flyer using Adobe Photoshop. So without wasting much time guys, let's get started. So the first thing we need to do here is to create a new workspace. Go to file and click on new. For this tutorial, I'll be using 2000 by 2500 pixel resolution. I'll make it 300. When you're done, hit create. All right, so the first thing we need to do here is to import our background. All right, so this is a template. This is part of my 36 in 1 template, but I'll be giving this particular one for free. All right, so you can practice along with me and also use it for your client project. All right, so let me just grab the background. Okay, so let me just hold and drag. Yeah, okay, so the next thing we need to do is to import our model image. All right, so let me just go over here and select this image and drag it over here. Yeah, so the next thing we need to do here is to bring in this element, yeah, which is this one here. So just hold and drag. Okay, take it behind the model image. All right, the next thing we need to do is to the next thing we have to do here is to group this layer. All right, so select this and select this, press Ctrl G, and let's call it BG, which is background. All right, so select this two image and group it. All right, just call this image. Yeah, click on this little icon here. Yeah, so let's go to solid color, change this to something like this. Okay, so click on OK. Now right click and create a clipping mask on this group layer. All right, so change this to soft light. Now take down the opacity and also take down the fill just like this. All right, so let's see the before and after. This is the before, this is the after. So I'll still go ahead to duplicate this by pressing Ctrl J. Now bring it above this layer, go to your filter and click on blur. Now click on Gaussian blur. Now I can take this to the top and click on OK. Now you can change this to soft light. All right, so you can bring down the opacity and also you can bring down the flow. All right, so this is the before and this is the after. All right, so you can just play with the fill and also with the opacity so you can get the best result possible. All right, just clip it to this image. Okay, so right now select these three layer and press Ctrl G to group it. Sorry, I can call it model image. Okay, the next thing we need to do is to hit on this drop down icon. So click on this layer. Now create a new layer inside this model image group. All right, go to your gradient tool and make sure your foreground color is set to black. Okay, right now you can just hold and drag. All right, hold and drag. All right, let's see, I think it's too dark, so let's add it one more time. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to type our text. All right, so let me just pick this. Let me just drag this over here. So like I said, all the resource files, including the PSD is for this tutorial, and the fonts, everything will be linked in the description of this video. So the PSD, you don't have to pay for it, it's totally free. All right, but if you want to check my other birthday pack, you can still go ahead and check them out. I'll link all of them in the description of this video. Rachel. All right, Rachel Stephanie. So the next thing we need to do is to bring in this what's it called, this flower image. Let me delete this effect so we can apply it together. So let me take this off. So click on filter, go to blur and click on motion blur. Yeah, let's say 28 is okay. You can drag this over here and hold Alt and drag to duplicate. Okay, so you can flip it horizontally. Okay, and let's bring in our text, which is this one. Just hold on, drag. All right, so this is the font I used. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to bring in this flare, this light flare. All right, so this is it. So I'll just hold and drag, and let me take this off, and press Ctrl U to open the hue and saturation. Now you can change the color to something like this. All right, click on OK. So now you can change the blending mode to screen. All right, so hold Alt to duplicate, hold Alt and drag to duplicate. Okay, so call this wishes, and let's call these elements, which is the flower, or let's just call it flowers. All right, so this is the lens flare. Okay, so we are doing this so we can stay organized. All right, sometimes we get lost in so many layers in Photoshop. So let's type in this text. Okay, yeah, so reduce the size. So let me zoom in so you can see the text properly. Favor, good health, and blessings. Let's make it 10. All right, now go to your shape tool and use your ellipse tool to, you know, draw this shape. Now hold and duplicate and do it one more time. Okay, I feel like this is too big, so let me reduce the size a little. All right, this is okay. So use your rectangle tool and let's draw a let's draw something like this. Now change the color to this, or let's make it darker. All right, reduce the opacity and let's just type happy birthday. Okay, and change the color to white. Now increase the tracking just like this. Yeah, so bring this down and okay, so for this, click on this icon to add the to add the layer mask to this. Now use your brush tool. Yeah, and make sure your foreground color is set to black. Okay, so let's erase this edge. Okay, let me reduce the opacity a little. Okay, so you can still reduce the fill. Okay, all right, so this is okay, this is perfect. Or you can take it off. No, so this is looking good. Okay, so you can group all of these and press Ctrl G so you can call it text. Yeah, the next thing we need to do is to add the date. So click on the ellipse tool and let's draw this. Okay, and move it over here. Reduce the opacity a little. Okay, so Now we can type in our date. So let's change this to bold and centralize this text. Okay, and also make everything capital letter. Okay, the next thing we need to do is to use our ellipse tool, yeah, and change it to path, yeah, because we want to write a text around this 20th November. So just hold and drag to get a perfect shape. Okay, so now move over to your text tool, click once, just let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. So move over to your text tool. Now click. The moment you see this text showing like this, what's it called, this icon showing like this, just click, and your text will be, and you'll be able to write around this, this what's it called again, this part you created. All right, so let's just type in our text, which is happy birthday, sorry, which is Rachel Stephanie, sorry. So right now you can increase the size. Okay, so let me just reduce the size of this by pressing Ctrl T. So we're just deafening. Okay, all right, so this is looking perfect. So you can as well reduce the size if you want to. Okay, so let me just do it real quick. All right, so let's see, is there anything left to do? Okay, let's add the, what's it called, the confetti image, which is this image here. So I'll just hold and drag. Yeah, so let's see, is there anything left to add? No, I think that's all. So move over to this layer, which is this one, and press Ctrl G to group it. So you can call it confetti, right? Yeah, so, and you can call this date. So move over to your color lookup. So let's just add a little bit of color to this. So let's see what works. All right, so just keep moving. Okay, think this is okay. So what we have to do now is to reduce the opacity and also the fill. Yeah, let's see the before and after. Alright, this is okay. So the next thing we need to do is to press Ctrl Alt Shift and E to make the design stand alone. So right now we want to do the final retouch. Alright, so go to filter and click on camera raw filter. Yeah, give it some time to load. And what you have to do right now is to play around with this design, like the colors. All right, so the first thing we need to do is to add a little bit of contrast to this. Yeah, so we can also reduce the shadow a bit and increase the white, and also reduce the black. The texture, take it up a little, and also increase the clarity, just like this. Yeah, so let's see the before and the after. This is the before and this is the after. So no more difference, as you can see. Yeah, when you're done, let me add one more, which is this green effect. So when you're done, just click on OK. Yeah, so guys, here comes the end of this video. Yeah, I really hope you learned one or two things from it. Please do well to give this video a like and comment in the comment section. Tell me what you love about my tutorial, and also if you want me to upload any kind of video, you can also tell me in the comment section. Just tell me what you want to learn. All right, so I'll make sure I reply every comment. Okay, and also don't forget to grab my template. Yeah, I'll be linking my templates in the description of this video. As you can see, I have so many templates, so do well to check them out. All right, so I'll see you on the next one. Stay creative.